Welcome to Morning Message for August the 4th. The last couple of days we've finalized some of our plans for our holidays. And some of you know that I don't refer to holidays as vacations. I refer to them as holidays because they ought to be holy days that recreate us. The word vacation comes from a time when the university residents in London would vacate. And the students would be expected to go out into the fields and help with the harvest. So the residents were vacant, and that's where the word vacation comes from. Holidays, on the other hand, comes from the idea of these being holy days, opportunities for us to recreate ourselves. I was thinking about my parents and the joy that they would take in traveling around Nova Scotia in holy time, doing a variety of things. And one of their favorite things to do, of course, was to travel around the Cabot Trail. Many people, when they travel the Cabot Trail in Cape Breton, they're hoping to, glimpse those majestic views that you can get all along the trail. Or perhaps visiting a quaint little fishing village along the way, something along those lines. Perhaps some people are even looking and hoping to see a moose or perhaps even a bear. Not my parents. I think they did the Cabot Trail in order to visit every little gift shop that there is all along the way. In fact, my dad had this strange habit. He couldn't leave one of these little gift shops without buying something. He always had to purchase something. And many of these somethings would end up as Christmas gifts. There'd be the extra little thing, the odd little thing that was in your group of presents that you knew Dad had bought because he couldn't leave a gift shop without buying something. Didn't matter if it was 25 cents or $10 or something like that. He always had to purchase something. That's why I have an extraordinary number of wooden flutes. I think Dad would look for something. He'd see a wooden flute, think of me, and purchase it, and that would be included in my collection of gifts from my parents at Christmas time. Very often the wooden flutes wouldn't work. You might be able to get a couple of notes out of them, but the remainder of them didn't work at all. In case you didn't recognize it, that was the Muffin Man, and one of those notes is off. It's not my playing. It might be a little bit of my playing. Might be a little bit of how impossible it is to get a wooden flute or a wooden penny whistle that actually gets all its notes right. But I really do have an extraordinary large collection of these wooden flutes. So I really do think that we need to think of our vacation as holy time, as holidays, as an opportunity to recreate ourselves. I think it's interesting that historically speaking, very often when people finally had some time away, they really did recreate themselves. And they might have been involved in, loggers would have log rolling competitions when they had time off. That's not an unusual thing. I had a teacher in high school who didn't like baseball because she believed that baseball gained popularity because of the U.S. military. It's really a game where people stand out in the field doing nothing for a long period of time, and then suddenly there's a lot of intense action, and then they go back doing nothing for a long period of time. Um, and it really wasn't until the sport became very popular that they changed the rules to kind of shorten up the game to only about 3 hours in length now, with lots of commercial breaks and that sort of thing. The point is that we do recreate ourselves. Recreation and recreation are spelt the same, and they have that original intent, an opportunity for us to, on a regular basis, to recreate ourselves. The idea of a Sabbath, of a time of rest every week, is an opportunity for us to recreate ourselves. Taking holidays, it could be a special day to remember somebody throughout the year. It could be taking time away from work or from what we normally do to have that opportunity to recreate ourselves, to rest, relax, to spend time in Sabbath, so that we can be better parents, better children, better neighbors, better clergy, better workers, better whatever it is that we are, so that we recreate ourselves in order to do that. A couple of years ago, I took a sabbatical in order to learn how to play the guitar. I'm not really the guitar player I was hoping I'd be at this point. Nevertheless, one of the things that I learned during that was almost every YouTube video I watched about playing guitar suggested that you practice a piece for a very long time and then you put it away. There's something about putting that whole idea away, resting, taking time to do something else, and coming back. There's something that happens to us when we take that time away, that kind of, the muscle memory just sort of kicks in a different kind of way for us. So practice isn't the way to go. Practice, rest, practice, rest, practice is the way to go in order to learn something like the guitar. So I encourage you, from whatever you are doing, take holy time, take holy days, take holidays from whatever that is, and allow that time of recreation to recreate you, so that you can become more fully the person God intended you to be. God bless. Amen.